What's the most fun you can have with $20? Buy some ingredients and bake a dump cake, some hot cocoa and rent a movie. Was gonna go out to town with the boys one night. Ended up just going to the supermarket to grab a couple of crates and a pizza each. Between us we just ended up paying $20 each for what we got and had a great time just bantering at the mate's house and played some video games in peace instead of having to trudge through town in the rain. It was a good night. Go into Dollar Tree, feel like a king. Get 2,000 pennies in a bowl, and chuck them all into one of those wish fountains. Go to a garden store and acquire plant friends. There's an animal reserve near where I live. For like $5 you can get in. And for $20 you can bring friends. If you go into the basement, they have an adorable green she conure that will bounce if you bounce with it. I love him so much. Also, there's a bunch of spooky ceiling rats, or bats, an Arctic fox, hawks, bald eagles, turtles, and a bunch more. And, the icing on the cake, they have a theater that plays documentaries a few times a day that you can just sit and watch. Great place. I love it. A lot of people want to know where this place is. It's Takapusha Animal Reserve in Seaford, New York. Another thing, the green she conure is in a cage alone. Next to it is another cage of two birds which were rescued from some bad people but still don't like people. Those two are constantly screaming and will bite you if you get too close. Meanwhile, the conure will eat a sunflower seed out of your hands if you grab it from the top of the cage and bring it close. I hope some of ya are close enough to check the place out. Whenever I have friends over I always make sure they can experience the place. Also, its days and hours are kinda weird so be careful. It's only open Thursday to Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monsieur. If you live near Dallas, take your $20 to the Bishopside Arcade. Open from 10 a.m. to midnight. $10 gets you in the door. All the games are free. And you have $10 left for cider. With 24 taps. Chuck E. Cheese and their one token per game policy. There's this vending machine at my job that occasionally spits out 2 sodas when you buy one. It feels like winning the lottery. I think I've spent about $20 so far this year on it. Put it in your pocket and take a nap while your kids are at grandma's. You can take you and half of your date to a movie. Arcades if there's one around you. My local one does hourly play, so $20 is 2 hours of free play on any machine. First exchange it for $20 worth of nickels. Then sneak into a friend's house and place said nickels on top of the blades of a ceiling fan while it's turned off. Then just sit back and wait for inevitable angry call after they spring the trap and make it hail on themselves. Personally, going to the small independent movie house is pretty fun. Tickets are cheaper than the Cineplex and there's a cafe next door that the movie house allows you to bring in food from. Here the few times I get off work early, I like to make an afternoon of it and go grab a late lunch or early dinner and bring it in to watch a nice movie. Since they show mostly indie movies, the afternoons are pretty empty. That combination tends to make me feel more relaxed than going to the Cineplex at night where it's always jam-packed with people who talk at the screen too much. Dollar Day Sunday at my local racetrack. Admission, beer, mimosas, hot dogs, and tenders are all $1. Making small bets and being with friends. $20 will get you a great time. $20 can buy many peanuts. Go to a grocery store. Me and my friends could spend hours in a Walmart or a local chain with $29 between us. Buy a fuck ton of glow sticks and some White Castle. Figuring out how fast you can eat a $20 dollar bill. Tie it to a thin thread and lay it on the ground. When someone tries to grab it, pull the thread. I'd go to CVS and buy a really expensive nail polish and not feel bad about it. You can buy yourself a good burger with chips and a drink. Invest it. If you make 6% a year compounded over 20, you will have almost $65. That is living the American dream this year. My favorite thing I used to do was take my dog to this really great park. We'd get there early enough that it was quiet and we'd hang out by the river. Then when it started getting warm, we'd go through the drive-thru at McDonald's. Get some ice cream and fries. She'd get maybe 1 or 2 fries dipped in ice cream. Nothing excessive. If we still had energy, we'd walk around Petco and she'd get a small treat or maybe a toy if they were on clearance. That was the best summer ever. Eat 19 tacos. You can go and buy a bunch of burgers at McDonald's. Then walk around giving them to hungry people. You feel like a superhero. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Edit 2, and gold. Wow. Thank you all. A bottle of Lismore Scotch is $18 at Trader Joe's. Fun for lonely, solitary drinkers. When we were teenagers, my friends and I used to organize these scavenger hunts over the summer and one around Halloween in costumes. But instead of finding things, they involved doing things. The list was something that was always growing, and I think we had like 175 things on the final one. And it was always fun to sit around and brainstorm things to do. Some of the tasks were simple, like take a picture with 5 strangers or form a human pyramid. Some were really silly, like hold a conversation with a street sign for 5 minutes or pretend to be the official door opener for a store. We also had some eating challenges that cost money, but not a lot, like eat 6 raw eggs or eat an onion like an apple. The scavenger hunts made our summers really fun, and we also made lots of great memories, and it didn't cost us that much money at all. The first hunt was just 4 of us, but by the last one we had like 35 people in teams competing for a trophy we got at a thrift store that we made a few adjustments to. Xerox your Kucha 25 a copy. Go to the bank, get some weird-ass bills and coins. I'm talking $2 TGFs and some Ike Boy dollar coins. Ooh, gimme some JFK halves. Donuts, my friends. Lots and lots of donuts. $21 hookers, or one $20 hooker. I put $20 in the video poker machine in Vegas and won $2,000. That was fun. A blowjob. Find a pizzeria that has old school arcade games. $15 for a large pizza. $5 of quarters. Buy as many dandelion seeds as you can and spread them *everywhere _***. Our Untitled Goose Game is only $20. Take the grandkids to a minor league ball game. Steam sales. Probably take my younger brother out to get pho. It's not much, but it's a great way to hang out with him, especially with it getting cold out. Assuming you have internet, $20 gets you 2 months of Netflix, or DC, or whatever. Hard to beat 2 months of entertainment. Drugs. 20 silly string cans. Go to Petco. Raid the 2 for $5 bin or the clearance bin. Whatever I can get more from this year. Go to the animal shelter and make a bunch of dogs really happy. Or dollar store tennis balls. My puppers is obsessed, so it'd be a great thing to share with some adoptable pups. Buy a cheap ukulele. They're super easy to learn, fun to play, and you can find a decent one even for $20. Inflatable mattress from Walmart $7. Cheap boat paddle, also from Walmart $13. Grab some friends and try to convince them to do the same, and you've got a good afternoon ahead of you. Either a good game, Hollow Knight, Celeste, or my personal recommendations, or some movies. I'm a fan of movies that are so bad they're good. So my suggestions there would be stuff like Troll 2 and Airplane vs. Volcano. Mock Kyle with it. Head in Ibiza. Buy a red paper clip and trade that shit up to your own fucking jetpack. You can probably get a rock for $20. I don't know, I don't do crack. Google billfold origami. Spend hours learning to make different things. Impress your friends and family. Ensure whomever you tip for whatever services they render. I'm no judge, just a billfold origami enthusiast. We'll be talking about your tip for at least the next hour. Name your own price. Adoption Day at the Humane Society. Buy a pile of used mattresses and jump onto it from the roof. If you find yourself in an RV or trailer park where a nearby neighbor parties way too hardy late at night, $20 worth of birdseed liberally spread on the roof of the party trailer when the occupants are still going at it will lead to perfect karma at daybreak when the birds wake up. MDMA. White water tubing. LSD. Cook a $13 steak and smoke a $7 cigar. Getting the starter set of Dungeons and Dragons. I've seen Amazon sell Eidinger under $20, and that is one investment you make for years of memories to come. Roll it up as a straw and snort something. $20 can buy 6 beef quesaritos at Taco Bell, and bathrooms are free. Hey Siri, how much does Pornhub Premium cost? LSD. The satisfaction of going to the bank and putting it directly into my savings account.